Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless you. Hey, it's that time again. We need you to subscribe to the IUIC Phoenix YouTube page, all right? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. We need your help. Shalom.
Finish what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, that's why I came to introduce myself.
Okay, all praise
You
to the
guys
Most High.
go up on 51st and McDowell sometimes.
Yeah, man, we're all over.
Yeah, and I've spoken to you guys over there before previously.
What's your name, bro?
David, bro.
David?
The great David, bro.
David? Okay, what's your
Great.
nationality according to the Bible?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm King David, the kill the giants.
You say you King David that killed the giant. All right, real quick, where you see yourself on that sign right there?
Right here?
Yes, sir.
I am an Aztec.
You Aztec.
Yeah.
So that's what they call us today. And then on the left side is what God calls us in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Read what you got. Deuteronomy 1:1. Drop that. Drop that. Deuteronomy 1:1. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So you see at the top of the sign, you got the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And then you got the each tribe and their people, right? So what I'm showing you is that the book of Deuteronomy was specifically written to our people. The whole Bible was written to our people. All right? So what did God tell the children of Israel? Give me chapter 28, verse 15.
That's how you do.
All praise.
Old Testament.
Deuteronomy
All
28,
I know is God
start at
in my
verse
heart.
15. You said God is in your heart?
God's always in my heart. Every time I wake up in the morning, I give thanks. He did a lot of good things for me. He's doing them right now.
Okay.
I was good
So let me
bad
help you
things,
out, bro.
good bad things.
So how do you know God according to the Bible?
How do I know God?
Yeah.
They're not according to the Bible.
So you just freestyling, basically.
God's in my heart, no matter what.
No matter what,
No matter what.
I'm gonna help you out, bro. Give me 1 John 2:4. We're gonna go right back to Deuteronomy 28.
Bring it out.
So I'm gonna show you how to really know God, bro. So when you walk away from here, you'll know, okay, moving forward, I gotta do this, this, and this to truly know God. Because I used to say things just like you said. Oh yeah, I know God, right? But this is what the Bible says how we know God. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 4. Yeah.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
We know God if we keep his commandments. Come on.
He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So what I want you to realize is that before this, you might not have known how to truly know God, but now you know you got to keep God's commandments to truly know him. You keep his commandments? All right, give me Numbers 15.
I got baptized in the Holy Spirit.
Okay, all praises.
Baptized in the name of Jesus Christ.
So read Numbers 15:38. I'm going to give you a commandment to show that you're not keeping it right now, but moving forward, you can start keeping it to know God. Read.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So, if you notice through history, the so-called Native Americans, what did they have on the borders of their garments? We got it on our garments as well. You see this right here? Fringes in the borders of their garments. Why did the Native Americans have fringes in the borders of their garments? Because they knew this. They knew this. Read on.
And put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue.
So you put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue. Look, check me out, David. You see that? That ribbon of blue. It could be a different shade of blue, but you got to have fringes on with a border of blue. Read on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So that's the purpose of the fringes. Go ahead.
All right. God wants us to keep his commandments, right?
That's correct.
But every day, everyone got sin, no matter what.
No, we don't.
Yeah. Just by looking at a girl, I think something.
No, we don't. How you gonna try and tell us about the Bible? You didn't even know about the commandments. Come on, bro.
Say, look, everyone sins.
People do sin, yes. What is sin, bro? Let me ask you that. What is sin?
Sin, it can be anything.
It can be anything.
Anything. Just like
Give me 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, David. David, you gotta humble yourself, bro. You gotta humble yourself. In fact, give me 1 Peter 5 and 6 first. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. You gotta humble yourself, bro, because you saying stuff that sounds very much so like Christianity. We're not out here teaching Christianity. We out here teaching our people who they are according to the Bible.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We are not the modern Christians today. All right, read what you got. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. Read.
This.
So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, bro, when you walk away, that you gotta humble yourself before God. All right, read.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the God.
Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God. Now I'm gonna show you what sin is. Now give me 1 John 3. 1 John chapter 3. Because you said sin could be anything. I'm gonna be very specific. You see how we go into the scriptures to prove all things.
That's right.
You can't just go off the dome, bro. Read.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4.
Read up.
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
Come on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law, meaning when you break God's laws, that's when you sin. So what is sin now that you understand? Exactly. I'm gonna show you some of the punishments for us breaking God's commandments. I'm gonna show you that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 now, verse 15. Deuteronomy 28, we'll start at verse 15 for David. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, verse 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So our ancestors, the people you see on that sign, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim on down, we made a covenant with God. We said that we would keep God's commandments. And if we did not, God said, I'm going to put curses upon you. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So let's read some of the curses. Read.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city.
So it said that we will be cursed in the city. Where do you see these people on this sign? Where do you see them living at in the cities? Do we live over there in Scottsdale in the nice parts of town? Or do we live in the ghettos? In the ghettos, right? You see that for all of these people on this sign. Showing you that what? We the Israelites.
That's right.
All right, read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
So what happened to our people historically in the fields? Talk to me, David. Huh? We were slaves, exactly. So we were slaves in the fields, in the cotton fields, in the papaya fields, the fruit fields, the tobacco fields, all of that. We were slaves in all of that, right? God said that would happen to us for breaking his commandments. That's why I'm stressing you to keep God's laws, to keep his commandments. Because that's how we're going to get out of this position.
That's right.
Okay? Go to, give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Verse 33. Yes, sir. Oh, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So David, you see, it says that our sons and our daughters will be given unto another people, right? How much do you know about the when Hernan Cortez and all of them came over here and conquered this land from the so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians? What happened to the sons and daughters of our ancestors? They were taken and given to, they were sent off to Spain. They were sent off to different places in Europe, all over.
You know what I do believe though?
Read.
I believe that God took the people that he wanted. Wait.
You said God took the people that he wanted. Give me Daniel chapter 9
Whoever he wanted.
and verse 11.
Before.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11.
God and there's Jesus Christ.
So what I want you to get is that if one sinner can destroy the whole nation of Israel. I want you to understand that. So all of us need to get ourselves right. All of us need to start keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Read.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Yea, all Israel.
Read it again.
Yea, all Israel.
You hear me, David? It says, yea, all Israel, meaning all the people on this sign. All of us, read.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they may not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
See what Daniel said? He said the curse, like it was talking about in Deuteronomy 28, is poured upon us. Read.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
So we have sinned against our
You know
God.
what I also believe?
What's up?
There's some little scrolls that God has already been opened.
They have already.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean by that? Explain.
God has a couple of scrolls.
Go back to Deuteronomy
back
28.
for the people that's happening. Famine, a lot of stuff that's
Oh,
going on.
right.
They've been open.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
The worst ones have been opening this.
No, you right. But they being open right now. They being open right now. Like COVID-19, right? That what is that? That's what's called a pestilence according to the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And that came upon us.
God gave all the people the COVID, that took them already.
So what are you saying? Like by God taking them, what does that mean?
Whoever's staying here is staying here.
Okay. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 32. Let's read that.
There you go, but I believe that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
Bring it out!
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
So we didn't have any economic might, any military might to get our sons and daughters back. That's what we're going over right now. So that happened to all 12 tribes. You see that happened to us, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, right? You see that when we were in slavery.
Sir, and I also believe that we're all brothers and sisters no matter what.
Who's all brothers and sisters?
Just because of the race, it don't matter.
Give me Sirach 21, 26 and 21.
Humanity is one.
Sirach 26 and 21.
Everybody's brothers and sisters no matter what.
Repeat what he said on the mic.
Yes, sir. So he's saying that we're all brothers and sisters, no matter race, right? So let's see what the Bible actually says. Sirach 26 and verse 21. Read what you got. Yes, sir.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 20. You know, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession throughout all the field,
Come on.
sow it with thine own seed,
So it says to sow it with your own seed. Come on.
trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
Read on.
So thy race,
So thy what?
so thy race,
Come on.
which thou leavest, shall be magnified.
Shall be magnified. Meaning what? It's a specific race that's going to be magnified above other races. Give
That's
me
right.
2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 26. Because God has a specific chosen people that he chose, and not all races are the same. Not all races are equal in God's eyes. That's what we're bringing out.
That's
And
right.
what I'm showing you is that you are the chosen people of God.
That's
all right?
Right. Bring it
I
out.
want you to walk away feeling like, oh yeah,
In my heart, I think that you guys are chosen.
you chosen too.
Right. Bring
You-
it out.
Read. Look at the sign, bruh. Look at the sign. Look on the right. Look on the right. It says all of these 12 tribes are God's chosen people.
We came from we all.
Verse
I believe that everybody we came from you
22,
guys.
26.
Your guys' race. We came from you guys.
Yep. Read.
I believe that.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5, verse 26.
Yeah.
And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove.
So God has a chosen bird. He has a favorite bird that he likes. That's what I'm showing you right now. Come on.
And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
So out of all the cattle, out of cows, out of bison, out of all of that, his favorite cattle is the sheep. Read.
And among all the multitude of people,
Come on.
thou hast gotten thee one people.
He has one specific chosen people. That's his chosen people. That's what I'm showing you. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
I got one more. Can I say something? Which people are the one that suffer the most in the whole world? You guys. That's how.
Who is? Why you saying you guys?
With
Like
all due respect,
you saying that Issachar or the so-called Mexicans don't go through the same thing?
no, you guys suffer more because you guys came from God first. We came That's why you guys suffer more than we did.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But what I'm showing you, all right, let's start here. Give me Hosea, where it says that Ephraim is a cake not turned. 7 and 8. So what I want to show you is your people, the so-called Issachar, they were originally a dark-skinned people. But you were mixing yourselves with the other nations, so you've gotten lighter over time. But that doesn't mean that you still not God's chosen people. Read what you got.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 7, verse 8.
Yeah.
Ephraim had mixed himself among the people.
So you see the tribe of Ephraim? That was the head tribe of the northern kingdom right there. Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans today, right? Ephraim on down, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, all of them, right? It says that Ephraim is mixed himself with the people. Read on.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
It's a cake not turned. So meaning what? What happens when you turn a cake, David? What happens when you don't turn a cake, David? It's one side will get really dark, and then the other side will be really light. That's what I'm showing you.
I love my God so much, bro. When I look at him, I want to cry, bro, because he saved my life so many times.
Let me ask you. Let's stay real basic, bro. Which one of these is Jesus Christ? On the left, right? How do you prove that?
In the Bible it says, it specifically tells you what was his face features.
You're exactly right. So let's prove all things. Let's go to Revelation 1. Because what you're saying is biblical. It's true. Christ is a so-called black man.
That's right.
Let's read that. Revelation. Let's start at 1 and 1. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it out.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Read verse 7.
Verse 7.
Verse 10.
Verse 10. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet.
So this is John the Revelator, or John the Divine, right? He was on the island of Patmos, sentenced to a salt mine there, right? He was locked up. And what he heard behind him was a great voice saying, I am Alpha and Omega. Come on.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last.
And what did he say?
What thou seest, write in a book.
So he said, what you see, John, write it down in a book, right? What book is that? That's the Bible. All right, verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So the hair on his face, the hair on his beard and the hair on top of his head was white in color, woolly in texture. White in color, woolly in texture, right? Come on.
As white as snow.
Come on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So it says his eyes were as a flame of fire. Why? Because Christ drunk wine in moderation. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So it says his feet were like unto fine brass. What color is brass? B-R-A-S-S.
Brass is like gold, kind of.
Right. It's a derivative or a color of brown, right? It's in the same family of brown. You agree? So let's see how dark Christ was, though. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So he was so dark, it looked like he was burned in a furnace. If you take anything and put it in an oven and burn it, what color does it turn?
I don't like saying that.
Hey, bro, it's okay. Christ is a black man. You can't be afraid to say that thing.
club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.